with the national anthem. Thank you.
I think we can still be upstanding for the opening prayer. Thank you. Before I say the opening prayer, allow me to read a psalm. Such a lovely time for University of Nairobi that the university professors are gathered. I think we should be having more frequently such functions. Such a lovely, lovely function. Psalm 133, a famous passage of scripture that reminds us the beauty of fellowship. Psalm 133, it has just two or three verses. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. It is like the precious oil poured on the head, running down on the beard, running down on Aaron's beard, down to the collar of his robe. It is as if the dew of Hermon were falling on Mount Zion, for there the Lord bestows his blessings, even life forevermore. Let us pray. Lord God, our Father, we are so grateful for such a lovely time as this as University of Nairobi, that we can witness your doing in the launch of the University Professors Association. We thank you for the leadership that you have put in place to lead this association. We thank you for the wisdom given to them, that they can organize such an event for fellowship, for encouragement, for support. We thank you for calling each one of them to serve you in this great university. We thank you for the university leadership, and we thank you for the opportunities that you've given these brothers and sisters to influence this great university in the dissemination of knowledge and also in mentorship and shaping the future of many of the people that you have brought here. We thank you for the opportunity that you've also given us to be of great influence to the world, even beyond our region here. And we know, dear Lord, that as we launch the University of Nairobi Professors Association this day, it will serve as a vehicle, not just to give the support that the professors need in their service here, but also as an avenue for growth, for mentorship, and for avenues for people to flourish. So, dear Lord, as we start with us. Bless our invited guests who are coming to join us. Bless us who are members of University of Nairobi community. Bless this association to grow and to flourish for your honor and for your glory. So we pray that you bless every activity that is lined up right from the beginning to the end. For this our prayer of faith through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Mite. I think after you have prayers in an occasion like this, you can as well wind up and go home, because I think that's all we need. We really need those blessings so that as we begin the walk, I know we've been walking for a long time, and Professor Wasamba will be saying more, but we need this. We need those prayers plus our national anthem. They are very encouraging, and we hope that together we can make a difference as University of Nairobi professors. At this point, I know that some of us are still coming, even some of our honorable guests, but we also know that there is time. When you call, some people have been here quite in time, from almost 1 o'clock, so we expect to keep time. So we want to call upon Professor Wasamba to come and tell us more where we've come from and why we are here. So Professor Wasamba, if you can come up and give us a bit of why we are here.
Good afternoon to you all. Thank you very much, our distinguished guests who are present, our seniors who have joined us, students, colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy that you have joined us today to launch the University of Nairobi Professors Association. Today marks a significant milestone in the intellectual journey of our university and our nation. We convene to formally launch the University of Nairobi Professors Association that is based on enduring values of academic integrity, pursuit of excellence, and principled leadership. And it's a moment of quiet resolve and shared aspiration, calling us to nurture a culture of thoughtfulness, scholarship, and ethical leadership. The University of Nairobi Professors Association is a collective response to the urgent call for renewal in higher education and national discourse. At this juncture, I would like to thank members and also friends who came forward to support us in convening this event, and that is the UNES, University of Nairobi Enterprises, Gen Africa Limited, which is asset managers for our colleagues who retire. We have Uwasu UN chapter, Chuna, our SACCO, the United Kenya Club, and also a friend who is also a professor leading an international organization in Nairobi, Professor Victor Murinde, who is the director of African Economic Research Consortium based in Nairobi. What this individual plus these institutions supported us to put this event together. And what really makes me happy is that our commitment to scholarship, collegiality, and excellence is making us stand out as a stabilizing factor in a turbulent or higher education environment that we find ourselves in. And we believe that our knowledge as professors should serve humanity. We are blessed to have reached where we have reached. Not many of us, even in Kenya, have come this far, but we are blessed, and we should not just think of what best we can get on top of what we have, but what we can give to humanity, even from where we are. And that is why, as University of Nairobi Professors Association, we commit to uphold academic integrity, to promote research excellence, to mentor emerging scholars, and to advocate for institutional justice. And we are not just custodians of knowledge. In this association, we believe that we are its stewards, We are its defenders, and we are its architects. We are the conscience of university and the compass of the nation's intellectual journey. We still believe in our objectives that focus on championing highest standards in teaching and research, in transparent governance, in merit-based promotions, and a culture of fairness. We commit to mobilize resources to support young academics and to support university achieve its objective. As an organization that started the other day, we have already made bold steps in supporting the university, and we don't have to count, but you remember the recent one when we had challenges and we intervened to make sure that our university did not go down. And we shall spare no effort, even if it means going to the highest level, to support our university, because this is where we belong. This university has been so good to us, because without it, I don't know where we would be. We plan to hold public lectures, to host policy dialogues and interdisciplinary forums. And I'm reminded of a poem that has been recited over and over again, but which sometimes inspire us to give our best. And I think that is a poem by Stephen Grellet, who was a French-American Quaker missionary. And it was a few lines that have been recited over generations. And it goes like this: I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good thing, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. And we, the professors of the University of Nairobi, shall not pass this way again. The good we can do, the minds we can shape, the knowledge we can generate, the nation we can help build, let us do it now. We must not defy it. We must not neglect it. The time to act is now. And that is why, as we launch the University of Nairobi Professors Association, we commit to speak truth to power, to mentor with compassion, to research with vigor, to teach with integrity, and to serve with humility. Let this be a moment when we, as professors, choose courage over comfort, principle over privilege, and legacy over experience. I welcome you all to the University of Nairobi Professors Association for the launch that is here today and for the work that is waiting from tomorrow. I thank you all.
Now that Professor Wasamba has spoken, I also would want to hear, Professor Wasamba is not the only professor. There are very many professors here. But I just want to hear voices of two professors. They are our seniors and also very good colleagues. I'll start by hearing the voice of Professor Philip Mbithi, who is here, and then I'll go to Professor Wandiga. So, Prof, the floor is yours. Give us a word, then we will go to the next session.
Thank you very much, Winnie. My name is Peter, not Philip. I do know that we have a predecessor of mine as Vice Chancellor was Philip Mbithi, and my name is Peter. Right, so good afternoon, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. How wonderful it is to be able then to make just a few remarks at this very important occasion on the launch of the University of Nairobi Professors Association. I remember sometime in 2017, there was an attempt to get the professors together at an academic level. I think it was on this hall, to start thinking about some of the things that our chair, Professor Wasamba, has highlighted. And therefore, we will have done ourselves justice if by the end of the day, in this association, the values, the true, valid, correct, and right values are anchored, are underpinned, guarded, defended, and protected, so that we can continue to sustain an authentic academy right from here at the center of our capital city into the region and the world. I thank you.
I leave the time of Professor Philip Mbithi, and I leave the time of Professor Peter Mbithi. So you can understand where I'm coming from. I know both. So my apologies for mixing the two. Professor Wandiga, the floor is yours. We'll let you talk from where you are as one of our elders. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In old age, my steps are slow.
Thank you.
So excuse me. I'm very delighted to be with you today, to recall the years past and to look forward to the years to come. I'm very confident that this association will not forget the merit and the spirit of the University of Nairobi. Let us keep it, let us build it, and let us move forward. One of the things that at my age I'm promoting is making money. We need our graduates to make money, and we, our professors, to make money. And every discipline can make money. So let us commit ourselves to building a robust university with substantial wealth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Wandiga. It's good to encourage us that we have to make money. Sometimes we think being an academician is enough. We are born to be poor. We have to make money. So all of you, make sure you make money. Don't just say it. Professor Wasamba, I'll call you back on the podium so that you can acknowledge our partners and call each one of them to at least give us a word as well. Then we can go to the next session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Winnie, and thank you, my seniors, Professor Wandiga and Professor Peter Mbithi. I now call upon some of our friends and supporters who've been with us in this journey, and I'll just invite them just to give us 2 minutes of presentation or just a talk, and I'll start with the individual, and that is Professor Victor Murinde, who is the director for African Economic Research Consortium, and he is also an East African.
Our chair and fellow professors, ladies and gentlemen, let me just only make 3 points and 3 points only. The first being congratulations on this landmark. The second being the enduring fellowship, and the third being the lifeboat principle. So on the first one, let me have the pleasure to congratulate you on this landmark, University of Nairobi Professor Association. It's a landmark in the sense of breaking new ground for so many years, and to get the professors together as a body. I was very excited, intellectually, extremely excited, when Professor Peter Muriu mentioned to me that the professors at the University of Nairobi, irrespective of discipline, have decided to come together and form an association. And I started thinking very seriously that this is extremely important than one tries to imagine even from the start. Timely and important. And so I want to congratulate many of you who started the idea, and many of you, of course, who agreed to join. My second point is about the enduring fellowship. What is particularly important, once again, is that all professors, respective in economics, mathematics, medicine, law, and others, come together as a body. And this is not trivial, in the sense that today we have many associations, many organizations which are discipline linked. In my own, as a fellow of the Econometric Society, which started way back in 1928 and brings together all economists that have mathematical backgrounds. But this one is unusual. So it cuts across all disciplines and across all areas. And that's particularly important, that the professors have a body and can actually know what is going on across the disciplines, even if we wanted to leave it at that level. But the most important dimension is my third point, which is about the lifeboat principle. You see, this is timely. We are living at a time right now when the OECD countries are adopting nationalistic policies, different from, say, the last so many years. We are living at a time when most of humanity have forgotten, since 1945, the prevalence of peace globally. Okay. It's not by accident that every OECD country is spending approximately 40% of its national expenditure budget on defense and military expansion. And in Africa, in Kenya, or in East Africa, then we have the challenges. But at the same time, we have opportunities that the African Union is gearing up to reverse what happened at the Berlin Conference in 1884, getting Africans together. But the important aspects in this timely, the current global revolutions around the world, is the fact that many countries in Africa and the region, that we have increasing fragility across since I arrived here in Nairobi, which I arrived here in May last year from University of London, where I was teaching, and before that University of Birmingham, is that we have an increasing proportion of countries that have gone fragile. And I don't have to name them, but you have more than 10 countries in a continent of only 54 countries, which are increasingly fragile. Where does this stand? I reminisce over the years and remember that in one country, one East African country, that went through a lot of tribulations for 10 years, war, for 10 years, where intellectuals either disappeared or ran to neighboring countries. When the guns stopped talking and the government was to be formed, none of the officials that had been in the struggle fighting different groups was credible enough to be in the government. And indeed, the university became very handy. The university provided professors from medicine become Minister of Health, professors from law become Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Professors from economics become Minister of Finance and governors of central bank. And to the extent that all the professors got involved. And even up the level, you find that even some of the professors had to play roles outside their own discipline. For example, the permanent secretary for Ministry of Commerce was a veterinary medicine professor, very distinguished globally. So the idea is that the professors, you are the lifeboat. When sometimes countries get rocky, you are the lifeboat in the Eastern African region where there is not so much consensus. And I flew in today from the COMESA meeting of central bank governors. We have been looking at the evolution of our central banks. I delivered a keynote to say that there is only one way in which the Eastern African countries and the COMESA region can survive. That is to act together rather than single divisions across, even in the issuance of monetary units and money. So, but I want to emphasize that I feel so happy, so glad that the professors can get together and maybe provide the intellectual basis. You have the cleverest people in the nation to provide the basis for rescue. A lifeboat is what happens that should there be a wreckage on sea, the lifeboat comes in and pick up the survivors. You have to pick up the survivors in a country. You have to pick up the survivors in the East African region. And you have to pick up the survivors in Africa because the times are changing and we're not going back to the peaceful conditions we have enjoyed since 1945. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Prof. It is like you are from giving a keynote in COMESA and you have given another keynote. Thank you very much for that insightful and challenging presentation on the role of professors. Now I will invite MD Younes to also just address the meeting. MD Younes, Seth, I think if Seth is on the way, then I'll invite another organization that is so close to us as professors. I know a good number have told me you've interacted with them and they are looking after us there very well, and that is Gen Africa Asset Managers Limited. And I would invite Roslyn to come and just make a brief presentation, then we go to Chuna. And I was reminded that professors do not like meetings that go on forever. So our launch will be very short. I can assure you of that. Thank you.
Good evening. You're well? My name is Roslyn Musera, representing Gen Africa Asset Managers. This room is full of so much knowledge. And I think we really we don't often appreciate people who have made us who we are. I have seen faces that have taught me when I was here at the university. And I'm happy that an association is coming up to be able to focus on the professors in the room. So I totally agree with Prof. Professors need money, and we are all about money. Gen Africa is a company that is celebrating 30 years next year. We have been in the business of supporting financial needs. We have been a very active participator in the capital markets. And what is very exciting is that managing pension funds allows us to work with most of you throughout the journey. And we are honored and privileged to be part of the team that is even supporting your pension needs as it is. So we are grateful, we are indeed honored that you have taken the step forward to be able to look at your needs at an association level, and to allow us to also walk this journey with you. In that regard, I would also want to mention that a majority of your colleagues who have retired, we are really honored to still be part of their lives. We manage quite a number of pension funds for your colleagues who have, exited the university. And it gives us a lot of pleasure every time, and I know my colleagues are in the room, they can probably stand up and wave. My colleague Dorothy, there's Daniel, there's Paula. We've interacted with quite a number of professors, especially professors. And the beauty is with professors, when one comes, all follow. And when they come, Dorothy will tell you, it is not a normal day. You must give them time. Because before they tell you about what they are doing in the village or in their personal lives, before you start talking about money, they start talking about, where they have been. And trust me, it's a journey that if you're not careful in how you handle professors, you lose them. Because they say, they didn't give me time, they didn't. So our offices here at Riverside, we actually have a meeting room where we allow them to pass by and just drink tea. Yes. And to chat with us and talk with us. So feel free, and I agree, if we are not thinking about money, the journey ahead can be very lonely. And being in a position where we empower you so that you do not see retirement as headache, for us that is our joy. And for anybody who is willing to join us, we are happy to give you the time as well. We are happy to discuss your financial and money matters with you. And we want to see healthy professors. We do not want to get to a point where we are contributing for medical bills to take you to hospital. We want to make sure that your funds are able to guarantee that you will still get the best treatment or the best engagement. You're going to the best countries to on holiday, even in retirement. So thank you very much. And again, Prof, we are indeed honored, and we will continue supporting where we can. So call us to as many events as possible, and let us see this association negotiating and doing things and bigger things. And I'm happy to see Prof Maluki here. He taught me. I don't know whether he remembers, but happy to see you people looking younger. And I think there's something about teaching, eh? So, muendelee hivyo, and we look forward to engaging you as Gen Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roslyn. When I went to Roslyn to beg for money for support, and she told me, if it is for professors, I'm supporting. We'll not wait for you to retire to come. We should walk together that journey. Thank you very much. I would like to invite the CEO of Chuna, if he's here with us, Joshua. Yes. Yes, we have a team from Chuna, and Chuna is our circle. Again, we were discussing, and we were saying Chuna is a circle where the main shareholders are the minority. I don't know whether that is correct. Professors who contribute heavily are the minority number. Maybe that is siasa. Karibu.
Yes. Thank you. My name is Kefa Mwando. I'm the chair of the board. I thought this was important not to set the CEO. I thought I could bring myself and say thank you. Like Prof is saying, you really support us. Actually, a large chunk of, so we give you a loan and we deduct within 84 months. Those are around 7 years. Na tunakupea 8 million. Enda chukua kanyumba mahali. Ndio ile Madam was talking about after retirement. Ukienda sasa kubenefit kutoka kwake, already sako imekusaidia, uko na ka home kwake, una benefit tu na mahitaji ya kuishi. But more so, Professor Mwabura, you champion with the team, with the chair, how you access these guys so that they put you where you are supposed to be in way of remuneration. A professor, why should a professor be paid what they are being paid now? Why should a guy like an MCA get more than what a professor is getting? I think we are getting it wrong. Somebody should reward professionalism and academic prowess. And that means somebody has to champion that cause. And I think this is the right forum, this is the right association that has come to be able to champion that. Kindly come for the loans. And finally, assist me with what product can suit your needs. I may be missing an idea here and there. If you give me 2 professors, and I think you are full of knowledge, you can come and tell me, tailor our product like this and this. And then most of us will be able to be comfortable with that. I promise you, I'll do exactly that. Give me just 2, tuende tukae mahali, waniambie, sisi maprofesa tunataka product iko hivi na hivi na hivi, hii umetupea, inatukwasa hapa na hapa namna hii, tailor it like this. Because this is your circle. You are the majority savers there. And the chair was trying to say that, but minority leaders. I have Professor Unwonga here with me. Prof, you can salute. Prof sits me with me in the board. He's one of the board of directors, but he's the only one. So you need to give us a few more. Out of a team of 9, professor is 1, and then we have 1 doctor. The rest of us are technocrats. So give us a few more brains to assist the technocrats make informed decisions. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kefa. I now invite the Alumni Association, the University of Nairobi Alumni Association, again to just talk to us for 1 minute. I can see they are outside.
Okay, sorry, I expected the CEO of alumni to be here, but I can't see him, Morgan, in the house. They are outside. Meanwhile, we thank you for this launch. I'm Professor Anne Asay, the Vice Chair of the Association. I think just like Chuna and any other, most of our members are the professors you see here. They are the gold members, Dr. Mbithi here. They are the silver members, they are the life members of the association. So anytime we talk of the Alumni Association, they are the leaders, and they are the ones who keep that association going. I think most of these associations in the university are run by the professors. So I'll just say this quote, "From whom much is given, much is expected." As we launch this association, people expect much from us. They've said that much has been given from us. If you could hear the discussion, from whom much is given, much is expected. So as you say, the journey has been what it is and what we are doing, they expect much from us. But how are you going to do it? Yeah? What are you doing with all that you have? The knowledge you have, the professorship, and any other. How are you going to act on it? So how you act on it will determine how people look at the association and how people want you to behave. So that is very critical for us. We must have dreams, and we must have valid dreams for the association. It's a baby, it will walk, it will stand, and we will move on and continue. Please joining the association. We still support the bright and needy. We still support other initiatives within the university, the Research Week, Innovation Week, and many others. So we continue working with you. You can start with bronze member at 25,000, move to silver member at 50,000, gold member at 100,000, and now we have higher grades. So our people are outside here. Just ask them what you need, and thank you, Prof. Thank you for the launch of this chapter. We are grateful.
Thank you very much, University of Nairobi Alumni Association. Now I would like to invite representative of WASU that has partnered with us for the launch. I think they are held up somewhere, and also Eunice, if the MD has arrived, I think he could be held up somewhere. So I think with that, we come to the end of the our visitors and supporters, those who I had to recognize here. I now give the microphone back to Winnie.
Thank you very much, Professor Wasamba. Let's give the entire team our hands on. We are now coming to a very special occasion, and we still believe that our guests, if they come along, we'll punch them in, because I think we did agree that we don't want to keep people waiting. We just move on, and if any guest comes either late, we'll still try to slot them in, including slotting them in during the cocktail. So, Professor Wasamba, if you allow me, the guests that will come, even if we are down there interacting, we can still squeeze and they will give us a word. I now want to have Professor Kiriti come very close to me as much as she's far there, because and Anne as say as well, because we want to now do what is necessary. We want to share with you the logo, and this is the right time to share it so that we can see what it is. So the entire lounge team should come up, and then I'm going to request, I don't even want to call them retired, but professors who are not fully engaged now on payroll, but they're here, just come up, join us. If you are a professor of University of Nairobi and you are not fully on payroll, you are just part of us, but nobody is paying you like I have to pay you every month. You are giving your own efforts. I know Professor Wandiga might not get here, but I can see Professor Wanyande. I'm sure there are a few others. I'm also going to ask Professor Victor Murinde to come up. He's journeyed with us in a wonderful way, and he should come up. Professor Murinde, come up to the podium. Professor Maria Zomo, I can see you. Unveiling this logo needs old hands, old good hands. Professor Yemba, I can see you coming down the aisle. That's great. Join us up. And Anna say you should just be busy behind me, because Anne, come. You are the one who knows what we'll be doing. And I hope your entire team of unveiling, not many of us know what to unveil. Sometimes when you hear that there is unveiling or a book launch, you say, but how will it be launched? Some of us only know how to say, here is the book, or here is the logo. But we have people here who are experts. So, and just make sure that your team is in place so that we can do the right thing. Wonderful. So, is Professor? Yeah. We have all of the entire team. Thank you very much. I wish we need a loose microphone. Any microphone around? Just bring the microphone to Anne, please, so that she can talk. Anne and team, she knows who else is there. Microphone, please. Thank you. Just bring it down so that we can see what is in store for us, what brought us here. Okay, Anne, there you go. Where did he go? He's bringing it from behind, I think. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're now entering another session, another stage of this important launch. We first start with Professor Muriu telling us about the logo and a bit of why it is like that. Then we will cut and launch the logo. Thank you. Professor Muriu.
Thank you, Anesi. We need to see the logo so that I can explain something they are saying.
We are looking for you. Please come. Please come. We are looking for you. You are just joining the team. I'm saying, where is Professor Mbithi here? Come round, please. Thank
Professor
you.
Mbithi is your honor today.
Today we are just going to Sungusha you.
Okay, Professor Mbithi, we have a task for you here. It's a small one. The girl Whitney, first year student at the University of Nairobi, will give you a pair of scissors and you utakat hapo, and then we launch the logo. Then Professor Muri will explain the logo. So Whitney, you give up, Professor. There you are. Okay, Chairman, Wasamba, where are you? Okay, Wasamba, come this side. Okay, Tabitha. Okay, there it is. Okay, there. Okay, let's clap. Somebody you can open. Okay, there we go. Woo! Okay. So that is the unveiling of the logo, the most critical event of this launch. Thank you, Professor Mbithi, and thank you for your honor for this. And now we'll request Professor Muriu. He'll just say for 5 minutes, he'll explain for us the meaning of the logo. This is a very critical logo for the professors of the University of Nairobi. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Anese. So I need to explain what you are seeing here on the logo. To start with, you can see the open book. And the open book symbolizes knowledge. But it is not just knowledge. It is knowledge to be shared in the spirit of openness and collaboration. So that's what you're seeing, the open book. Then you can see the torch lighting up. It symbolizes illuminating through knowledge. Illumination through knowledge. Professors are thought leaders who should light the way for others in the pursuit of truth and freedom of thought. So that's what you're saying, that professors should light the light for others. Then you can see the round circle. The round circle is unity, inclusiveness, synergy with the society, because the knowledge that we generate as professors should be shared across the society. Then we also have diversity. If you look around here, the professors, we are not from the same discipline. So there is diversity. And this diversity should lead to the transformation of the society, because we are from different fields. Then you see the blue color, which symbolizes calmness, peace, and tranquility. So all what I've talked about leads us to our motto, in knowledge we read. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a loud clap, please.
Okay. Thank you, professors, for the honor. I think now we can proceed with the other activities, as the program says. They can now be seated, but we wanted to give some people, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, please, before you go and sit, we are requested you take a group photo.
Just take a photo in front of that. Okay, as the professors take their seat, Kiriti, do not take your seat. Come back with me. You still have a role to play. Thank you. More so as also the chair of the launch committee. So just come over so that we'll get your vote of thanks, and then we will all move to the lobby. That is the one floor down, where we'll take a group, an entire team, a group photograph of all of us.
Thank you, Winnie, and good afternoon. Now, mine is a very simple task, giving the vote of thanks. But I think before I give the vote of thanks, I need to say one or two things. I think we are here, and we're different generations. Some of us are children of our mentors, and we also have mentors. And I want to recognize two people who have mentored me, and they taught me how to mentor others. Professor Mwabu, please, would you kindly stand? Let's give a clap for Professor Mwabu. Professor Mwabu is one who has actually mentored almost everybody in the Department of Economics and Development Studies. And that is someone who we should actually give a standing ovation. And even though I may be a little bit younger than him, I would say that I've also given birth to others. Professor Mureu. Professor Mureu is now my child. Have mentored him. Professor Oreche is another child of mine over there. So that is what professors are supposed to be, isn't it? They're supposed to mentor, and then by the time you exit the scene, when you exit the stage, you know that you have left others behind you. And that is what the Professors Association is all about, mentorship. Mentorship. And for anybody who enters the University of Nairobi would want to aspire to be a professor. We know there are quite a number of universities in the world, and especially here in Kenya, we would say, that students enter from first year, they leave, and they've never met a professor. They've never been taught by a professor. But here we are actually, as we were marching, I could see a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement to know, with all these gowns and everything, which student wouldn't want to wear this red gown? Which student wouldn't want to aspire to be a professor? And I think what we are doing is setting a precedent. What we are doing is showing that it is possible. Because there is usually a feeling that, it is when you get your master's, you get your PhD, that is the end. But there's so much. Okay, it requires a lot of work to become a professor. And I'm sure all of us know the journeys that we have taken. The journey, the sweat, the sleepless night, the publications, and then everybody expecting so much from you. Society expects so much from us, but are we recognized as professors? Have we showcased ourselves out there? I think this is the beginning. This is the beginning. And as Anna said, that it is what we do after this that matters. I think we are legally registered, and so just like when we were being given our degree, that we have been given the power to do all that appertains to that degree. So let's do that to all that appertains to this professorship as we have. And let me also say that what looked impossible when we started this journey in 2020, I remember Professor Asamba, Winnie, Professor Sihanya, Schroeder, and many others. When we started this journey in 2020, it just did not look possible. But after overcoming a lot of stumbling blocks, a lot of challenges, eventually we were registered, and here we are. And I think now the task is there for us to do. The students, the young career women, they are looking up upon us to show them the way. So now let me go back to my task, the vote of thanks, and let me start with the band. Thank you so much for leading us as we came all this way, and then you gave us a standing ovation, and I think thank you very, very, very much. And I'm sure one day you would want to wear this gown. Excellent, thank you so much. Yes, we are actually showing you that it is possible, and others will also, have a band for you, and then you'll march. And then let me also recognize and give my greatest vote of thanks to Professor Peter Bithi, who has actually taken the role of the guest of honor. And let me also thank Professor Bithi. He actually interviewed me for my professorship. Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much. And even you having the grace to take up, impromptu. We had not notified you that you are going to be the guest of honor, but you did. And you've actually done us a great honor, and we really thank you. And we also pray that you are going to also continue showing us the way. And taking up these tasks, you took it up. It's as though you were prepared to take up the task, but you did. Thank you so much, Professor Peter Bithi. I also thank you, Professor Wandiga, our elder up there. We really, really thank you, and we appreciate you. We appreciate your words of wisdom, that as professors, we are not philanthropists. We also need to make our own money. We need to make our own money. We don't want to go out there and then people will be pitying us that they worked in the university for so many years, and here they are actually borrowing fare to go home. That we are actually being chucked out of a university house after we have retired and we don't have a home. But let me say, it's not just going to Nyarugunga or going to Central or wherever. You can actually have a home here in the city. And as the Kefa from Chuna said, 8 million you can actually build a house that you can retire in. So thank you, Professor Wandega, and we really, really appreciate you. Professor Winnie, you did a great job as do I call you master of me? Okay, whatever, ceremony. Whichever word we put up there, whether master, mistress of ceremonies. Thank you, Winnie, you've done a great job. And let me, I'll leave Professor Asaba at the end. Our partners, Professor Victor Murinde from ARC, we thank you first for your kind donation, and we also thank you that you are also a consumer of our product from this university, African Economic Research Consortium. We really appreciate you, and I know one of my students is an intern there, and she's doing very, very well. And I know that we are actually very ready to work with you, team up with you, because there are so many other areas that we can actually work with you. We really thank you, and we appreciate, you talked about that, I'll look at it from an economics point of view, regional integration. I know, being an economist, those are words that ring very, very well in your mind, and we appreciate your donation, we appreciate your words of wisdom, and we are ready to work with you as we go along. Gen Africa, we appreciate, we are growing old, that we usually have so many stories when we retire. Because we need someone to talk to. We need someone to talk to. You have been working with others, and you retire, it's just you and maybe your computer. If you had not established a good relationship with your family, it's just you and your thoughts. So when you retire and you have someone like Rosalind that you can talk to or with, then I will want to have all the afternoon having cups of tea with you. But thank you very much for taking care of us when we grow old, and taking care of our pension. And I'm sure many of us here will want to see you after this. Eunice, MD, I don't know whether he's arrived, but we thank you in absentia. We thank Uasu, we thank you in absentia. And Chuna, we thank you, Kefa, for advising us that although we are the greatest contributors, you only have one professor And I think one doctor, did you say? Yes, and I think that is a challenge, that we have left the management of our monies to others. That is a challenge. Why can't we take up that kind of leadership so that we also, give directions on how our money is going to be used, on what we would want, whether we would want a product specifically for us. And I think that is a challenge that KEFA has given us, and we thank you first for your donation and your words of wisdom. Anasai, UON alumni, we thank you, and we also thank you for the role of taking us through the launch. Some of us have got no idea how to go about it. But I think you're a professor, not just a professor in books and ideas, but also a professor in what you've led us to do. And we thank the ushers who've also done a good job. And some of them, we just asked them this morning. We asked them this morning, and I think they've done a good job. And the branding, the ones who did the branding, we thank you, and I think you've done a good job. And last and not least, all of us who actually availed ourselves, but you can see the membership in the Alumni Association is quite big. But I think because, there is, in economics, we talk about opportunity cost. Yeah? There are other things that are also competing for our time. And I'm sure they would have wanted to be here, but they couldn't make it. And but at the end of the day, they are also with us. Their contribution, their registration shows that they are also committed to being members of the University of Nairobi Professors Association. And since I know that after this we are going to have a cocktail, I also thank the caterers. Ziki, who we are going to see whether they have done a good job. So I'm actually thanking them in advance because I expect something that is going to be good. And thank you so much. And back to Winnie to tell us what to do next. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Tabitha Kiriti. Our band, thank you. Thank you very much. I want you to play one number, whichever number you wish, before we all go plus you to the lobby to take the last photo. Just play as one good bit. I don't know whether it's possible the way you are sitting, but try what you can. Try what you can. You are flexible enough. You can stand, you can do it where you are. Just play one. Or do you want to come up? Which one is easier, young man? You want to come up? Let's see what they do. They are very innovative. Just give them a while so that they are right in what they're doing. The podium is yours. Do it as you wish. And now that you are on the podium, you can give two numbers. you. I guess a lot of you are just remembering those days. Those days, I won't say which days, but that was quite a good last bit. I hope we'll get more of it when we get down. So this brings us to the end of this session. So we want to go to the most interactive session where you can now walk across each other, talk to whoever you have not seen for quite some time. Just open interaction. First we'll go straight to the lobby, down there on the one floor down, so that we take a group picture. And then after that, I think everything is ready. We can interact within the cocktail space. It's within the same space. We go out straight on, take the picture, and then we can begin interacting. Tabitha, do you have anything more to add? You are fine with that? Thank you very much. Okay, let's just now move gracefully to the down floor. Use the inner. You can walk down the aisle if you are not used to this building, the other side. Thank you. You can walk like this. If you are on the lower part, you can use this one. You still get to the same space from the lower podium. So those who don't want to climb, just use this lower podium. You should get there. And the band, you are most welcome. We are with you up to the end. Don't disappear. Thank you.